I'll be working on putting the chain on. I have two choices. The issue was that obviously none of my 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 speed chains will run on this sprocket. So I'm using something that for some reason I never threw away, even though don't know where it came from, don't know what it's for. It's just a big fat old chain. I mean, chances are that this actually came off the bicycle that had the sprocket on, and interestingly enough, it goes with this Shimano sprocket too. Now we are just, I mean, look at this. I'm maxed out when it comes to the position of the rear wheel, and the chain's a bit saggy, so I have to take one link out of it, and that will be a challenge because these chains are shockingly hard and strong. I have another choice. It's a bit more manky. Oh, this has got lots of wax on it, so this has been waxed. This looks a little lighter, so I'm gonna try that one after I clean it. Let's check this for length. Yeah, this must be the heaviest chain on the planet. This is definitely not so brutal. And hey ho, this works. This works. This is obviously the one that is waxed. How are we doing for length? Same story here. A little too long. So which one will it be? Which chain will it be? I'm going to employ a scale since they're obviously exactly the same length, but I do have a favorite, that's for sure. Paper weighs 2 grams, and this chain weighs 389. Sorry, I should add the quick thingies. So now we are 390. Let's check the other one. $306, and that is a clear winner. So the one thing that I want to check now is just whether I'm going to use this quick release thingy or not, because, okay, say goodbye to the scale. Because this is obviously way more heavy duty, so I think I should compare apples with apples. And yes, this is more heavy duty. So I'm going to leave the quick release link, if that's a proper term. chain link. I think that's what it's called, the chain link. I'm going to leave this with the chain. Because clearly on this chain, what I have done is push out that, and that must have worked, and hence I can use that to close the chain again. Yes, it's not the safest thing on the planet to do that, but we're talking about a big fat, big ass chain. So that means that this will be safe for another job that is more heavy duty than what we got there. I couldn't really think of much. Cargo bike, electric bike, yeah, something like that. So this is cleaned with petrol, it's been waxed. Don't ask me why. Sometimes when I prepare for an international move, I will do some cleaning up, and that means I have got petrol sitting around, I got the facilitation for a pot with hot wax in it and so on. That's most likely what will have happened there. So we don't need this now, and we don't need that now. And we don't need this either. I was gonna clean this. And that's not so easily done with paper. Paper is just not strong enough. So I'm going to use an old rag. This was my last polishing rag. They're precious to me because the older they become, the better they will be. But I need a piece of rag that I can throw away. And this is definitely being recycled now for the third time. So it's done its job. It's allowed to die. Chain tool. I'm going to take out one link. One little link. So I'm going to do exactly what I've done here. Push out. Push out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, this works nicely. Okay. Are you following me? This pushes out so nicely. That's a good chain. And I'm not going to push it out too far, so it does not accidentally fall out. It'll just be fit enough for me to break out. This digit here was almost there, almost there. There we go. Hold it fully. Push it out just a little more. And that will do it. Brilliant. So, going to feed it in so that I can apply the tool from the front and push it in this direction. Easier for me. And no Stay with me, dude. Now I've done it twice. Okay. Shit. Excuse my French. So, that's the way. Okay. Nice. Hold this. Do so. Hold that there. And release these. Let the wheel shorten. Let's just relax here for a moment, my friend. And on you go. Just a millimeter more would have been easier. Because you're always running the danger of... Okay. There you are. If things don't work, they don't work. And all of this happens. So let's tighten this down. Like so. The third hand is holding it. Alright, now it's not going anywhere. And I can push this over a little bit more. Nope, that's not going to work. It's no. And once you struggle, right? So should push this out a little bit more in the first place, because now this is not so easy to do, because it's now a little bit more fragile. But we're getting there. Can you see? Can you see? Pushing, pushing, pushing. Pushing it through the tool rather. Oh no, oh no. Finally, we're pushing. Okay, so that's that. Just leave a tiny little return on it for it to grab. That's that. And grab it did. Okay, stress over. What are you doing to my painty wheel? Probably the same thing on the other side. Sorry if I'm dancing around in front of the camera. Good. Now, let's tighten this chain. Okay. So. I'm sorry, this is a little delicate. So I need all the fingers that I have to push this in, hopefully straight. And it worked. I'm just going to make sure it looks nice. Why does it not look nice? Okay, we can get into this now. My little third hand. It's a bit tight, but I will push it back a little bit so it's centered. I'm wondering, what do you see? Yes, you are recording. And I can get you in now a lot closer. All right. So here's what happened. I pushed this little chain thing out too far on the one side, so that's why I'm pushing it back. I'm trying to get it to sit in the middle. And I think that's about it. So, chain tool has done its job nicely. We are going to now it sticks out too far on this side. And I'll tell you something else I'm going to do. I like to mark where I've worked on a chain. And that was clearly this one here. There's no much point in putting it on the roller because obviously the chain action is going to scrape that away. And here we go. Took the chain tool away too early because it's still not in the middle. And I've been here all this time. I will want it perfect now in the story. So we're pushing it back over. So, let's see. Good. Let's let that count. Put the nail varnish back off my tool. So, tool. I keep this little wire. That's one of those packaging issues. It's really not much, but enough to hold the chain so it doesn't fall off, as you have seen. You know, the last thing you want is the chain to fall off 17 times. It's such a fiddly job, and usually you can't always rely on doing this in the best environment where you have the best view, where you are the most relaxed, where you can drink tea, feel warm, have gloves on, and so on. Don't be stressed, nobody's watching. But that's not always the case, right? So the more exercised you are, the easier your job is. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this. Yeah, let's go with my famous oiler. My famous olive nurse. The olive oil nurse. The chain's waxed, okay? So I don't need any of this. This just goes on to the joint that is a bit tight. Okay, olive oil nurse. Don't want it on the gloves, want it inside there. Ah, it's nice, works well. Perfect, we'll let this pass now. And tighten the chain. You want to see this from here maybe? So, difficult one will now be, I'm obviously trying to how do I do this? Oh, I know. I'm going to just put the chain tension on the left side. I'm going to tighten this one here. Left side from my perspective. Just hold that, my dear friend. I like that. Let some of the clear coat come off. Unavoidable. We're just going to counteract that with a little bit of grease. I'm going to basically, what I'm going to do, and then you will not be able to see, I'm going to measure this gap here. Okay, I'm going to apply the same one on the other side, because obviously my wheel is not that. My wheel is not dished properly. Double checking. One and two. That'll do. So now the axis is in there straight. My wheel is making so much noise, but it's turning. Have you ever heard such a noisy hub? Oh, that's it for today. I have a wheel that is turning. I have a wheel that is currently not even rubbing. And I have a chain that's not slack. Ha ha! Okay.